Morning, Anne.
Morning.
How are you?
Oh, very well.
Last time I saw you, unfortunately, you were being quite heavily manhandled down the road. It was on the walk back down, and I wasn't expecting to see you here because you were supposed to be going to Liverpool for the Green Party conference. Oh, you made it there and then after here, or in between?
I went on that evening.
Oh, you went that evening?
I went on afterwards to visit Tammy in hospital. She brought her home, in fact.
Okay.
And then was here for the walk back. Oh, that's the one you mean?
Yeah, the walk back. Yeah.
The walk back.
The walk down, back out.
I cried all the way to Liverpool.
Yeah, because it was a very, very quick and brutal walk.
It was brutal.
That was on Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got kind of, I had to walk back so quick, because I walk backwards because I'm trying to capture everything, but you're being forced into the line, you're being pushed, even walking backwards, and the speed was so much that I fell over, and then as I went to get up, an officer still pushed me forwards, come on, get moving. Oh, well, I'm trying to get up, man. So, can you tell me a bit about what actually happened to you on that day? Because it was all very confused, even the TAU were all over the place. They were making lines, not making lines, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what happened to you? Because I think they tried to get you to move to one side, did they?
They did. They tried various things to push me to the side or wheedle me to the side, and I managed not to go, but I was really frightened. I mean, I've been frightened a couple of times, but that was the worst.
Yeah.
I was really frightened I was going to lose my footing because people were being pushed all over the place. Ian Crane, who's all the time, I just saw him disappearing backwards.
Yeah.
The police right on top.
Oh yeah, he literally got, I think, grabbed and thrown into a bush. So when they tried to wheedle you out, did they sort of like put 3 or 4 police officers around you and then just try and walk you out, or?
Yeah, several different tactics. That was all happening so quickly, it's hard to describe, because they certainly were pushing me from behind.
They were pushing you?
Oh yes.
Right, okay.
They would probably say they weren't, but
well, the thing is, it's a peaceful protest. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a peaceful protest on a public footpath.
Yeah.
We have the right to be here,
Yeah.
and they're not supposed to lay a hand on you.
Yeah.
Not even if it's just to guide you a little bit. They're not supposed to do that at all.
They do that a lot.
Yeah.
But when they put arms around you, 2 hands around your waist, you feel violated. I've heard other women say that.
Yeah.
It actually feels extremely intrusive, apart from the fact that they're pushing as well. So on the, so it's got that other element to it. But then they're pushing, and other people are being tumbled about, and then they come rushing round, like 6 or 7 might come round in front of you and decided, forget you, get onto someone else. But this upsets the whole crowd, so it's crowd control that they seem to be lacking on. They're actually stimulating turbulence in the crowd.
Yeah, they are. They do that, and they sort of. I think it would be fair to say that their behaviour is a bit like a pack behaviour. A pack of people were sort of being aggressive, and I was reviewing some video last night, and I saw Tricky. Do you know Tricky?
Yeah.
And I caught him on camera, and this is someone else's footage, and he was walking in front of the police with his hands up, and he turned round and continued, because he's quite vocal, Tricky, but he's not violent.
Yeah. They can't distinguish.
No, exactly. And he was like really, lay it onto them. We have the right to protest. Blah, blah, blah. I am walking. They're pushing you. I'm walking. You're pushing me. And then one copper just grabbed him around the head, and that was it. They can't deal with the fact that we're using words, and they have to come back with violence. If they're pushing you down the road. And we still put up with that. We still put up with all the physical abuse. And all we have ever done is spoken to them. I've never seen any video where any protector has actually lashed back out at the police, even though they've been, brutally abused by the police. And that was just a perfect example of how uncontrollable they are and don't have good control of their emotions. Because Tricky was going at them. This cop obviously couldn't handle it anymore, and he just wrapped his arm around him like this and pulled him down, and that was it. He was off. Within seconds there were like 4 or 5 coppers around him. They
seem to think they're dealing with hooligans that they haven't.
Well, they're the hooligans, aren't they?
Yeah, it hasn't dawned on them. They're very intelligent people, very knowledgeable,
yeah,
very witty people.
Yeah.
It's just too much for them.
Yeah. The thing that I would like to highlight for future reference when other people watch this is that I've been coming down here. Now, I work and I'm in between jobs at the moment, but I'm not claiming benefits. I've been out of work for like 4.5 months. That's my choice, but I'm not claiming benefits. But yet, people seem to think that these are professional protesters, and I think good, because we need professional protesters. But then they go on to say they're people that are living off the state, and yet they want to be against the state and all this kind of business. And it's like, from what I've seen down here, actually a lot of people aren't that.
No.
A lot of people aren't that.
Professional people, all kinds of people, and they're choosing to take a space of earning time to do this.
Yeah.
They believe in it.
Yeah. Exactly.
All kinds of different reasons.
Yeah, I've sort of spoken to a few people about the financial sacrifices that they're making to be able to be down here, and I think that's where, your typical sort of person that doesn't really understand what goes on down here, doesn't understand about fracking, doesn't understand about peaceful protesting, sees this, and they see it as actually, what are those people doing down there? They're just wasting our police resources.
Yes.
In actual fact, we need to be very clear here on what is actually going down here. People are making huge sacrifices to be here. I'm not denying that there are maybe a couple here, or on any sort of protest, there's always a bad apple. That's the case. But generally speaking, people here have got school runs to do, have got jobs that they're putting on hold, making a financial sacrifice to be down here. So that needs to be really highlighted and taken home, and sort of to actually make people understand that actually these people are professionals. Yeah.
I'm trying to do an eco house, and I'm having to hold back on it because I can't be there every day to get the work moving, keep it moving. So it's another, in one sense, that's my work.
That's your sacrifice. Yeah. Here they come. Yeah. Well, Anne, thanks for your time. Good luck.
Let's see what she's saying.